guys like, subscribe, and share. Right, hit the subscribe button right here. Thank you.
My name is Chief Dr. Sir Bob Malo Udoku Zana Bagrino Gidi. Join Martins on Political Views on Mondays 3 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM Gidi.
Reactions trails a Supreme Court verdict on governorship election victories across different states as the streets of Kano State cannot contain its joy, with jubilation reacting to Supreme Court returning Abba Yusuf as Kano governor. Good morning and welcome to Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifanshuku Ekezie. The jubilant situation in Kanu downs the tension and anxiety that gripped Kanu State before the verdict. The reason why there was watertight security in Kanu State. The cases of other states are also significant, as Plateau State Governor Mutfwang is positive that Nigeria can get it right again with the Supreme Court verdict. Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu suspends national social investment programs such as Empower, conditional cash transfer, program government enterprises, and empowerment program, homegrown school feeding program, and lots more. A lot to talk about on this particular edition of Political Views on Ebona, the 103.5 FM this morning. Let me bring you up to speed on the happenings in our political space this morning. The headlines. The headlines: Tinubu condoles with Zulum over death of media aide Issa Gazua. New Interior Ministry Permanent Secretary assumes duty. Governorship tussle, jubilations as Supreme Court voiced sack of Governors Yusuf, Mutfwang, Lawal. Let's work for good of Nigerians. Tinubu charges APC governors. EFCC to revisit alleged 70 billion naira fraud case against Matawale. Tinubu suspends National Social Investment Program. Atiku declares readiness to lead coalition of opposition. Kanu calm after Supreme Court verdict. Apologize to judges after favorable court decisions. APC tells oppositions. Dangote refinery begins operation. Now, details. And the first story we have for you on this particular edition of Political Views on Airborne and the 103.5 FM is Tinubu condoles with Zulum over death of media aide, Issa Gazua. President Bola Tinubu has received the death of Governor Babagana Zulum's of Borno's media aide, Issa Gazua, with deep grief. The newsman reports that Gazua was Zulum's special advisor on public relations and strategy until his death. The president condoled with the Gazua family, his professional colleagues, government, and people of Borno over the loss. The late Gazua was a diligent professional who was uncompromising on his virtues principles, he said. Gazua was a member of the Chartered Institute of Public Relations UK, the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, the Public Relations and Communications Association UK, and the International Public Relations Association UK, and the African Public Relations Association. The president prayed for the repose of the soul of the departed and comfort all those who mourn this painful loss. The president prayed for the repose of the soul of the departed and comfort for all those who mourn this painful loss. And the next story we have for you this morning, new Interior Ministry Permanent Secretary assumes duty. The newly appointed Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Interior, Dr. Ashatu Ndayako, on Friday assumed duty, pledging to work with the members of staff to deliver on the mandate of the ministry. This is contained in a statement by the Deputy Director of Press and Public Relations of the ministry, Mr. Afonja Ajibola, on Friday in Abuja. Ndayoko, having been briefed by Director General Service in the ministry, Dr. Peter Ebudo, on a well-trained and dedicated management and staff, urged members of the staff to work closely and ensure good working relationships. According to her, this will go a long way to deliver on the 8-point agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration. She said it was a real privilege to be appointed to serve her country in the capacity of Permanent Secretary. Ndayalo pledged to deliver on her new task while seeking the support of the members of staff of the ministry to take it to a greater height. The new Permanent Secretary thanked President Bola Tinubu for finding her worthy of the appointment and subsequent posting to the ministry. Ndayako also promised to do her best in making sure that the renewed hope agenda of the present administration comes to fruition in the discharge of her responsibilities to Nigerians. Still on the stories making rounds at political space this morning, governorship tussle, jubilations as Supreme Court voids sack of Governor Yusuf Mufwang Lawal. It was sweet victories for the governors of Kano State, Yusuf Abba Kabiru, Plateau State, Mr. Caleb Mutfwang, and Zamfara State, Dauda Lawal, whose victories at the March 18, 2023 governorship election was affirmed by the Supreme Court yesterday, following their appeal against their earlier sack by the Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court also declared the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his counterpart in Bauchi, Abia, Ebonyi, and Cross River State, Bala Mohammed, Alex Otti, Francis Nwifuru, and Basi Otu, respectively, as validly elected by the electorate, thereby crushing the hopes of the opposition to upturn their victories. There was heavy security in and around the Supreme Court of Nigeria complex in the three arms zones of Abuja as the pronouncements were made by the revered justices. Newsmen observed that the security operatives from regular and plain-clothed police uniform units were deployed to court's main entrance to block unauthorized movements of humans and vehicles into the complex. Present in the court yesterday was the four governors, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, Abba Yusuf of Kano State, Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State, and Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State. Also in the court was the immediate past governor of Plateau State, Senator Simon Lalong. The panel of justices of the Supreme Court walked into the court at exactly 9:27 a.m. to commence delivery of judgments, affirming Yusuf of the New Nigerian People's Party (NNPP) as the duly elected governor of Kano State. The Supreme Court dismissed the petition instituted against him by the All Progressive Congress and its governorship candidate Nasir Yusuf Gawuna. The Apex Court reserved the judgment of the Court of Appeal and the Kano State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal, which had nullified the election of the governor, describing them as miscarriage of justice. Justice John Ian Okoro, who delivered the lead judgment, held that the law and natural justice were turned upside down by the two courts below to arrive at the unjust and unfair decisions. Justice Okoro, while voiding and setting aside judgments of the two lower courts, said that miscarriage of justice in the ways and manners the petitions against the governor was handled was manifest. Still on our political space this morning, let's work for good of Nigerians. Tinubu charges APC governors. President Bola Tinubu yesterday implored governors elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress to design and implement policies that prioritize all Nigerians and to always consider national interests above political affiliations. This came as he hinted of plans to deploy forest guards with better training, modern technological gadgets and weapons to strengthen security situation in the country. The president, who received members of the Progressive Governors Forum at the State House in Abuja, said development of policies would only find full relevance in people's lives when there is inclusivity, ownership, and sustainability. President Tinubu told the governors that one of the biggest challenges the nation faces is divisiveness, but that the governing party must work together towards healing and unifying the country by ensuring a collective national vision and channeling energy and resources into nation building. President Tinubu told the governors that one of the biggest challenges the nation faces is divisiveness, but that the governing party must work towards healing and unifying the country by ensuring a collective national vision and channeling energy and resources into nation building. You can convert people, you can appeal to people to come to your side, he stated. Tinubu said Nigeria is too blessed with human and natural and material resources to be struggling with a debt of quality infrastructure, quality education, and world-class health facilities. He said the entire financial system of the country will be re-engineered for inclusivity, effectiveness, and efficiency. EFCC to revisit alleged 70 billion naira fraud case against Matawale. EFCC to revisit alleged 70 billion naira fraud case against Matawale. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, yesterday said it would, under its present leadership, revisit the 70 billion naira money laundering case against former Zamfara State Governor and current Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale. The commission specifically said all high-profile cases left behind by its former chairman, Abu Rashid Bawa, were being reviewed. The acting director of public affairs at the commission, Wilson Wajeren, disclosed this when a group under the aegis of Zamfara Alternative Forum protested at the commission's headquarters in Abuja. The ZAF stormed the EFCC headquarters to urge the commission to revisit the probe of Matawale over alleged 70 billion naira money laundering during his tenure as the governor of Zamfara State. Recall that the former governor was initially under investigation by the anti-graft agency during the tenure of Abu Rashid Bawa over the alleged pocketing of 70 billion naira from the Zamfara state government coffers. The FCC alleged that the governor siphoned Zamfara state funds sourced as a loan from an old generation bank purportedly for the execution of projects in the local councils of the state. The Anti-Graft Commission alleged that the governor used proxies who posed as contractors for their projects and got paid but did not execute the projects. Matawale has had accused the EFCC of targeting only governors while ignoring officials with budgetary allocation at the federal level. However, since Bawa left office, not much had been heard about the case. And the next story we have for you this morning, Tinubu suspends National Social Investment Program. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has suspended all programs administered by the National Social Investment Program Agency, NSIPA. President Tinubu said during the period of this suspension, all NSIPA related activities, including but not limited to all distributions, events, payments, collaborations, and registrations, are now frozen. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, yesterday explained that the suspension was further to the ongoing investigation of alleged malfeasance in the management of the agency and its programs. According to a statement signed by a director of information in the office of the SGF, Chegu Imose, and made available to newsmen, Akumen said all four programs administered by NSIPA, VIS, NPower program, conditional cash transfer program, government enterprise and empowerment program, and homegrown school feeding program have been suspended for a period of 6 weeks in the first instance. The SGF further said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has also raised significant concerns regarding operational lapses and improprieties surrounding payments of the program's beneficiaries. He has therefore constituted a ministerial panel to conduct a thorough review of the agency's operations with a view to recommending necessary reforms of the NSIPA. The statement added that the president assures the stakeholders and the Nigerians that his administration remains committed to a swift and unbiased process that will ensure that going forward, social intervention programs will work exactly as intended to benefit of the most vulnerable Nigerians. Still on our political space this morning, Atiku declares readiness to lead coalition of opposition. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has declared his readiness to lead a coalition of opposition to strengthen democracy in the country. The PDP presidential candidate in the 2023 election, in a message of congratulations to all governors of opposition parties whose elections were validated by the Supreme Court yesterday, stated that he would lead alongside with governors and other political leaders in the opposition parties. Atiku's position, which was made public in a statement by his media office, reaffirmed the fact that only a united opposition force can strengthen democracy in Nigeria. I am as prepared as ever to lead the charge alongside all our leaders and governors for the good of our country, the statement stressed. Governors congratulated in the letter included the governor of Kano State, Abba Kabir Yusuf of the New Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, He said that the decision of the court is good news to the people of Bauchi, Plateau, Akwa Ibom, and Zamfara states, and indeed a win for constitutional democracy, according to him, where justice is seen to have been substantially rendered. We, as patriots and citizens, will always applaud.